Tonight, it's a special one. Nico,
Special.
aka Anomalie here, and Dave from Chromeo. Make some noise! So you guys basically had 2 weeks to submit your very own remix of the title track of the EP that we dropped basically 2 weeks ago as well, called Bend the Rules, and we're honestly blown away. Not only by the volume of submissions, but with what everyone ended up doing. It's absolutely mind-blowing what you were able to do like in such a little amount of time. I think you can agree with me, Dave.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We got 103 remix submissions in the Discord, which is absolutely mind-blowing. We listened to every single one of those remixes, and today is about choosing the winner. We each did an initial selection of songs that we're going to play today on the stream. So that on its own is extremely difficult. Like if we did this like in a couple of days or like next week or in 2 weeks, the initial selection of that list might potentially vary a little bit.
So they had 13 days to do it, but we had basically 12 hours to listen to 103 remixes. So it was a long more, and take notes and compare notes and argue about what our favorites were.
Yeah.
It's a very subjective selection.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't reflect at all the tremendous skills that went into doing this. So props to everybody that entered. Yeah, it was amazing. It was a beautiful display of musicianship and community. So
Absolutely. So are you ready, Dave?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Disclaimer, Nico and I are not related. We do look like we could be cousins, but we are not related. So let's put that out there to start.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, so we're going to go through a list of 16 selections. This is going to be in order of when they were submitted. This is the third person who submitted from NiteClub, the Bend the Rules remix.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years, I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. Or we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Absolutely amazing, Bob. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I really, really like the lead in that little breakdown part and the whole vocoder approach. It was absolutely mind-blowing. Amazing job, Neon NiteClub. This is from Dan Cronen, who submitted, I think he was the 6th person to submit.
Hit me up when the moon's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pill up talk. Or we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong.
Oh, hell yes. This was from Dan Cronen.
A lot, these two remixes, like I'm hearing like that kind of 80s influence. And you know, maybe with Chromeo, we were part of like the first wave of electronic producers making that 80s synth thing before it was called synthwave or whatever you want to call it. But I love to see that it's not going away. Like every couple of years it comes back, and I think like it takes new forms, and like it's always going to be groovy. Like it's still cool.
It's
like
irresistible.
Irresistible.
Yeah.
It really is.
Amazing.
All right, let's move on. What else we got?
Yeah, I really like the little vocoder response, and the clap responses too. That was super.
Also,
amazing.
I want to say one quick thing, because some kids are like, "Oh, you're just showing off your studio or whatever." Obviously, if this can inspire anybody or whatever, great. But you don't need all that. When we did the first Chromeo albums, we had 3 synths for real. We had 3.
Beautiful.
So like, it really doesn't. Like we've been in the game 15 years, so obviously we have all this shit. I'm showing it to everybody for like, because it's porn to us basically. But 3 synths or plugins, it doesn't matter. Like, right, Nico? We're not evaluating like whether it's analog or not. We don't care. Like, if it's hot, it's hot.
What I say all the time and very often on the stream is that like, I think it's much more important to be a master of fewer tools than to have like 100 and not master one single one of them. Like
100. Absolutely.
If you like, you said you made all of that with like 3 synths, like that means that you've messed around with those synths like so much that you basically know everything that you can basically like call upon them for, or like at least how they resonate with you. And this is from Eric JD or Jadi. Let's go.
That one. Oh yeah. I love that one.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight. But it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. But we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Oof.
That's good.
Amazing.
Bend the rules, it's what we choose. Bend the rules, bend the rules.
Amazing.
It's what we choose.
That's really good.
This was from Eric JD.
Swing it can go very cheesy very quick. Swing to me is like under adult supervision only, because next thing you know, you're doing Belle Biv DeVoe Poison. You know what I'm saying? This, Eric, you mastered the swing. It's not too swung.
I agree.
Right? It's just swung enough.
It's a really nice pocket.
Great pocket.
It feels like, I really like the progression of this one. Like it starts out like super mellow, like kind of loungy.
Yeah.
And then it builds up like, and it gets like super deep, like into soundscapes and becomes like huge. I think someone said like I was ascending. It was like, whoa, such a feeling.
And not to mention the reharm, which, I mean, it's like your chords are jazzy enough, and then to reharm them and for it to work, that's quite the feat.
We got some amazing reharms going on in this one. Beautiful stuff.
For real.
Yeah. Next one is from Sparkee. Sparkee was the 12th person to submit. Let's go.
Lead guitar solo. That's it.
We can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. We can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. Or we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Nice.
Amazing. Someone said it felt like he was flying through Neptune. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, little G-funk.
Yeah, I really dug the G-funk vibe, and especially that guitar part in the middle. That was amazing. Let's move on to this is submission 15 from Orange Bananas.
Oh, I heard. Okay, yeah, that one's cool.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Right, right. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. But we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Hey.
Ooh. Amazing.
Nice.
Orange. Bananas.
Right?
Yeah. I really like this one. I felt like it had a super nice progression, just sort of like tropical vibes, but with like the glitchy chops like halfway through. But like really respected the melody for like the major part of the song, but then flipped it in a super interesting way. I thought it really standed out because it was like super different from any other submission, which I really, really liked about this one.
There's a 2 or 3 that we're gonna hear that really are in their own planet.
Yeah.
Musically.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting, right? Like it's like where did you come from? Like
let's move on to the next one. This is from Quizzo. This was right after Orange Banana, so 16% person to submit. Let's go.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right.
Hey.
Okay. Talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years, I wanna know how you doing. Call me up if you can't sleep, don't wanna public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what
Nice.
to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules.
Nice.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Nice.
Bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other.
Wow.
Wow, beautiful.
Another swing that works.
Yeah. Like when I first listened to this one, I was blown away. But ironically, it did make me think of like the tectonic vibe, like the late
Oh my God.
20,
Oh my
28,
God.
like 2008, 2009.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like the but like a little bit slower and with like the sort of like fusion-ish harmony and like the funkiness, which was amazing. This was like killer version.
Somebody in the chat was like that major sixth chord. So I think if you're able to bring in the expensive chords and the grooves, you're in a good place.
Yep, you got the winning formula. Oh yes, so this is submission 18 from Flavio. Let's go.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years, I wanna know how you're doing. Or call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. Or we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too.
God.
It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. Each other. Hit me up when the moon's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk.
Yep.
If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you.
Crazy.
feel some type of guilt.
Oh my
It
God.
happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, 'cause we know what not to do the moments we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Wow.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. Amazing.
Flavio, where are you, Flavio? Flavio might have ADD, but in a very good way.
There's so many switch ups. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Bill Withers and Skrillex went to a drum clinic together and hung out with Anomalie.
I got some serious Haywire vibes. I don't know if Dave, you're familiar with Haywire, amazing
I'm not.
producer. It was really, really nice. The switch ups were incredible. Bonus points for the Le Blurry quote. This was a 23rd person summit. This is Bretton or Breton or Breton.
Oh, yeah, Breton. I call him
Breton?
Breton. Maybe because we're French. Breton.
Breton. So Breton.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Woo! Woo! Okay.
Bend the rules, 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 bend the rules.
Groovy AF.
Oh, hell yes.
groove.
Bend the rules. Bend the rules. Bend the rules.
Hey. The perk pocket is beautiful. Bretton. Beautiful.
Really cool. Great groove.
I feel like this is like the first like extended club mix we got. It's like the super groovy one for the dance floor. That bass patch is crazy. The perk pocket is irresistible. Really
It makes
love
me
it.
think, do you know the French producer Lifelike?
I don't.
Oh man, he was like like in the real French touch wave of like Alan Brax and guys. So like same, maybe like 2 years before Justice, like 2000.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and so like all sort of Daft Punk related kind of, and he's got songs that have that same. See, somebody said like total Lifelike vibes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys gotta check Lifelike. He actually did a 2 Chromeo remixes over the years.
Oh, beautiful.
An underrated French touch legend, and this has the same
That
vibe.
feel, gotcha.
Hard to do, man. Somebody said like one chord, and obviously, one chord for 4 minutes. This guy had our attention, so it speaks a lot.
Do
Says
not
a lot.
underestimate vamps. Vamps can be like one of the most efficient like things ever. Before we move on to the next one, I wasn't sure if it was actually her, but I just texted her. Shout out to my mom in the chat with the beautiful username Monique Momalie, because people in the chat gave her the nickname Momalie, but she actually used it as her name, as her nickname, which is completely epic. I'm just blown away. Crazy stuff.
Epic Monique.
Epic Monique. Epic Monique, en effet.
My parents would be in the chat too if they knew how to use Twitch.
Shout out to your parents. We're going to continue with this next remix submission from J. Birch.
J. Birch. Oh yeah, that was good. I remember that.
Yay. The slide. Hey. Woo. Okay, beautiful.
Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. But we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting good to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, 'cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if you can bend the rules, bend the rules.
Hey.
It's nothing wrong if you can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if you can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if you can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if you can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other.
Oh.
Hey. Beautiful. Killing it. Woohoo!
There's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules.
That was good.
That was beautiful.
The intro was crazy. The little vocoder thing.
Once the pocket comes in with like the guitar pocket is crazy. Like the riff that repeats itself. Everything was like, it was like subtle funk. It was like an amazing energy constant and like irresistible. I really, really like this one.
I like it too. Somebody in the chat was saying like, "Oh, it's dry." I love dry.
I love dry too.
I love dry, dude. Like on the last Chromeo album, we put too much reverb everywhere. All our new shit is gonna be dry as fuck. I love dry.
I say I love dry, but I kind of use reverb on all my patches, although, but I really like this one. This was beautiful. I like the dry funk.
I mean, yo, no disrespect to the Valhalla community, but dry can be great.
Yeah. Let's continue with the Bend the Rules remix from Snerom.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting good to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time.
Little bossa nova, I hear you.
Feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, 'cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you do it. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. But we can be be friends and I'll creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, but face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
Snerom.
Snerom. Snerom's been there since we started the stream.
Yep.
Bravo.
That was
A little Brazilian vibe in there.
yeah. It's really crazy. I like how you incorporated like the Brazilian pocket is like kind of like the pre-chorus in the original tune, but then you like flipped it in your own very unique way, and like the switch ups are absolutely crazy. The licks, the reharms, the chord movements, the pocket, the sound selection. Wow.
And you know, there's no one way of doing a remix, but there is something special when the remixer pays a slight tribute to the original.
Yeah.
You know? So the fact that he worked in your little bossa nova thing,
Yeah.
and then it goes back to his groove.
Yeah.
Great work.
Beautiful.
The submissions are strong.
Yeah.
Really, really strong. Really, really, really strong.
It's gonna be a very hard choice.
We're fucked.
We're fucked. But it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, I just realized your mom's here. I don't want to swear. Excuse-moi, Monique. Hein, je veux pas sacrer devant vous, madame.
Let's continue with the Bend the Rules remix from Steele.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Woo. Bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. But we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to suit each other. Nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose.
nice.
Wow. Like the switch up at the end with like the high end synth. I don't know exactly what it was, but I like the added layer, the progression. But I also like the initial arrangement is very dense. Like there's a lot of layers going on, and whenever I personally do a remix, I usually like keep the melody and take everything else apart and do my own stuff, which most of you did. But I think that you're the first one so far who used the main arpeggio from the original one, and you used it like in your main drop, which I thought was super interesting, but like obviously in a completely different way from the original, which I thought was really gorgeous. It felt super huge and lush and beautiful.
You know what I like about this one? The 3-chord arrangement at the beginning. Not too complicated.
Yeah.
Simple chords, right? We didn't have any crazy, no 13ths, no sus11 diminished. 3 real simple, kind of like the sun is setting in Miami.
Absolutely.
And there's something to be said about that. Real simplicity could be real elegant like that. So that was really rad.
I feel like the depth and complexity was achieved through texture and choice of sounds.
How did you do those? Because you obviously, I don't know if everybody knows that's watching, but you produced Bend the Rules here in this studio. How did you play these arpeggios live?
Yeah.
You did?
They were played.
On what synth? Do you remember?
On the OB.
On the OB.
On the OB. Gorgeous. All right, let's continue. Baby long legs.
Oh, yeah.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of
Okay.
It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules.
Hey.
Bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. Or we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Here we go. Oh, not even. Not even.
Hey.
Oh, if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose.
Hey. Whoa. Baby long legs.
Really dope.
Super amazing. Gorgeous vibes.
Like a professional.
Professional, super groovy, super well done.
We were talking about that earlier. I just want to put one comment because when you're doing like real synth heavy remixes like that, you and I were on the phone earlier talking about it, and I find that sometimes producers tend to sidechain a lot.
Right.
And it makes sense because like the first people to make this kind of music, whether it's Justice or Daft Punk or whatever, they're sort of like, they pioneered that sound. But it's like you don't need to go too much for the groove. If your groove is good, right? If your pocket is good, and we talked about pocket a lot today, you don't need to squash it with the sidechain, because sometimes that covers up some mistakes and it makes everything flow well,
Yeah.
So we were having a little sidechain debate earlier on, me and Nico. But there's so many amazing production techniques I'm picking up on all these remixes. So.
Absolutely. Same
Great
here.
work. Yeah.
And for the sidechain specifically, I really agree with you. But then I think there's like the other extreme, the opposite, where the intense sidechain becomes a creative choice. There's I feel like it's one way or the other.
Which is also, by the way, you can switch it on and off during the song, and that's the thing. Let's do one.
All right, let's do one. This is from Bounce Daddy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Great reference. Bounce Daddy.
Nice.
And there you go, Bounce Daddy. I feel like this is like the robot version of Dave that learns to walk and talk. and tries to build his sentences throughout the song.
Cool. This one sounds like no other. That's why, like,
Yeah.
when we were talking on the phone earlier, I was like, we got to put this one in there.
Well, it has like kind of like that very early electronic music vibe, like Kraftwerk a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And there's, do you know Paul Hardcastle?
I do not.
Dude, so dope. It's like he's like
So
a
dope.
you got to look up Paul Hardcastle. It's that kind of like 80s breakdance electro Kraftwerk vibe, but with all these like really cool keyboard arrangements.
Mm.
Yeah, it's cool. It's some Herbie shit too. I love that.
Beautiful.
Nice work.
This one is from Remy Nettheim. I gave this one a temporary title because it really resonated with me when I listened to it earlier today. I called this one the alternate reality 7th dimension version of Bend the Rules. You'll see.
All right.
Oh, hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight.
Oh my God.
Shit catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place we can walk and talk. If it ain't rush, it ain't fake. I'm getting through to you. There's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. Bend the rules. There's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
You went straight to the chorus.
Bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other. In the moonlight.
Oh,
Some type of
shit.
guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel
Okay.
it too. It happens often. Happens often. Happens often. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. Bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other. In the moonlight.
My body was transported through space and time.
Remy, you're gonna babysit my kids. When I have kids, Remy, you're gonna babysit my kids. Dude, I'm dying. I have to go piss, especially after this.
Oh yeah, it unleashes something, right?
Yes, it does.
Well, like I just don't really fully grasp how this was made in like less than 13 days. It's pretty mind blowing. Mono neon, kind of mono neon, but I think more closer to nowhere. As far as like the production aesthetic and like the crazy, like super fast drum and bass, but with like crazy harmony going on and lines like from Exale. This was the 85th person to submit.
Wow.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk.
Hey.
I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. But we can be friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules, bend the rules. Bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Hey.
Hey, that's funky as hell. Professional.
Nice.
Gorgeous stuff. To me, this is like some Space Odyssey, future funk, neo, future cyborg, 2000 type shit. I really like the pocket, the laid back, but still like moving on.
Clean.
Super clean.
Exale, you're in the house. Wish I were a decent guitarist. That makes two of us.
Dude,
In fact,
I could not tell by the funkiness, the crazy amount of funkiness that was in that one guitar line. It was
I'm a
like,
sax bass player. Nah, you're nice, bro.
this is from Bangtan.
Hit me up when the mood's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. The face to face in the public space.
So lush.
We won't cross that line, 'cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong.
I have chills. I'm blown away. The vocal harmonies, the drum work, the harmony work, the melody work, the guitar work, the sound palette.
Yeah.
It's,
It's good.
it's crazy.
It-
So we could definitely do honorable mentions, but the way I see it, like this initial selection is sort of our like already
Right.
trimmed down selection
Right, you're right.
out of the 103 submissions, which was already like super hard. But like it's an amazing problem to have because you guys just slayed it. We're gonna do a little be right back. I can't promise how much time it will take, but we'll try to keep it short. And we'll be right back. Please stick around. Hello. We're back. After carefully planning and discussing our options, we have came to the decision of choosing two winners.
Two winners. And this is why. Like we mentioned earlier, there's really two categories in the remixes that were submitted, because on the one hand, you've got like the sort of the groovers, you know, where it's really about the pocket. It's about the pocket. It's about the bass line. It's not so much about how sophisticated the crazy chord changes, reharms are. It's the kind of thing I would DJ, you know, like in a club or whatever. And that's super cool. Like it's, you know, and then on the other hand, you've got the crazy musicianship where I'm like, okay, you need a diploma from Berkeley just from doing this music, from making this remix, you know, it's insane. And we felt like we had to acknowledge both of these categories.
Yes. Once again, congrats to all 103 remixers. You all killed it. Congrats to everyone who made it onto the stream. And thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. We chose as our winners, in first position, or I guess as a tie.
No first position.
It's one position. It's one position. We got Quizzo and Braintan.
Did we say the second one too?
Yes, I said both of them at
shit.
once.
All right.
I said Quizzo and Braintan. Whoa!
Quizzo and Braintan.
Yes, Quizzo and Braintan. This is absolutely mind-blowing. So both of you will be released, both digitally and physically, on the special vinyl edition of the Bend the Rules Remix EP.
Yep. On Juliet Records.
On Juliet Records. Chromeo's baby.
Yep. And like we were saying, because this project is really like the two worlds, Chromeo and Anomalie, we felt like having one remix that's more about the funk and the groove, and one remix that's more about the crazy ass musicianship. That only does it justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they deserve it.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right.
Cool.
Let's go through Quizzo's and then Braintan's.
Hit Hit me up when the mood's right.
Come
In the
on.
moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moments we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. Bend the rules. It's nothing
good,
wrong
bro.
if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight.
Oh, that's your step. That's
Yeah.
your
I
bass
guess
Yeah.
we've both been through it, but it's been
Brilliant.
10 years. I wanna know how you're doing. Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk.
guitar. I
We can
love
be
that.
friends and not creep. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what
That
not
chord,
to do.
little expensive chord over here.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. Bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Nah.
Bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other.
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
you got your
Yeah.
little bossa nova
Yep.
moment. Arpeggio.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Bend the rules to see each other.
Beautiful. Yep.
Really cool.
And I noticed like a lot more layers now at this third listen. It's pretty crazy. I noticed like even more elements. Beautiful. Amazing job. Congrats, Quizzo. And then our other winner, the legend, Brain Tan.
Do you know Brain Tan from before?
Have we known Brain Tan for before?
Did you know him from your previous beat battles or something?
Yeah, he. I think I remember his submission from the Cow Challenge, which was the first beat challenge 2 months ago, where people had to flip cow samples and make a beat out of them. He also did like these crazy vocal harmonies, which was beautiful. All right.
Oh.
Hit me up when the mood's right.
Hey.
In the moonlight, we can walk and talk. I don't wanna fuss, I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up. Hit me up when you feel safe. You pick the place, we can walk and talk. If it ain't rushed, it ain't fake. I just hope I'm getting through to you. I feel some type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often. Face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moments we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. Bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend
Ooh, I just shot that bass too.
each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules. It's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. Hit me up when the time's right. In the twilight, we can walk and talk. I guess we've both been through it, but it's been 10 years. I wanna know how you're doing.
Oh.
Call me up if you can't sleep. Don't wanna read, we can pillow talk. I type of guilt. It happens all the time. I'm the same, I feel it too. It happens often, face to face in a public space. We won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, it's what we choose. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Hey.
It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong.
Such a journey of a track, dude.
Seriously.
It's beautiful. So once again, shout out to the winners. Shout out to everyone who submitted.
Quizzo, Brain Tan.
Yep. Quizzo and Braintown, you guys slayed it.
Next time we got to bring you guys here.
Oh, yeah. I look forward to that for you guys. Yeah, I was going to add, shout out to everyone who submitted, but also shout out to all of you for supporting your peers. I think there's nothing more beautiful than that, and also more important than that. When an artist in your community wins, the whole community wins and is uplifted. I think it's super important to be aware of that and to try to perpetuate that and support your peers and the community that you build around you. So far, there are like so many amazing music communities now that like Twitch and Discord have evolved a lot through this year, and there are a bunch of amazing spaces for people to exchange and create. I've been like super impressed and humbled to like have like some little part of that through the Discord community that we've built in the past 2 months, but it's been absolutely beautiful to see, and to see all of you sharing, improving, sharing your tips, sharing your techniques, being happy for one another when another person wins in your circle. I think that's super important. Obviously, this is all subjective, and it can definitely happen. Like people might be, they might disagree with some choices that have been made. That's just part of life. But I really, really applaud all of you that are
Good.
actively supporting your peers. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing. I'm so happy, Nico. I'm so happy we worked on this project together.
Dude, me too.
It's the response is great, and also like the sort of like the blending of all the different worlds and like fan bases and communities, like especially in a year like this is like puts real positivity out there.
Yep. I'm extremely grateful for all of this. Of course, you can go listen to all the submissions in the Discord by going in the remix contest channel. Shout out to Dave from Chromeo, my friend, the Funk Lord. It was a blast doing this with you.
That was so much fun, man. We're gonna have to do more. It was really, really dope. And also, like, I'm so excited to be able to release music on our new label, Juliet Records, from you, Anomalie, and from, Quizzo and Brentan, like two producers that we're going to be able to expose to a whole new set of audiences. So
yeah,
I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy for us. I think everybody wins, and this music community is phenomenal. And also, man, the remixes were so good.
Make sure you also follow Chromeo on Twitch if you don't already, because I think you and P were saying that you guys wanted to do some
we're gonna do
regular Twitches, right?
Production tutorials right from there, and like synth tutorials and all that, sort of to share all the gear with everybody.
So take care, everyone. Thank you 1 million times, and see you on Monday back on this Twitch again. And thank you so much. Peace.
Later. Peace.